Hello, it's Dr. Darnise, and welcome back into the channel. Today we're talking about that Paula White. Do you remember that Paula White called on the angels from Africa to help get Trump reelected? You remember when he was running against Biden, right? I did a video here, it was very popular. People loved that video. So go check it out here, I'll link it. Paula White is back. She was the one, you remember, she's a minister, right? White woman preacher. And she was calling the angels from Africa and Latin America to come and help him get reelected again. Well, lo and behold, this man has gotten himself reelected and has named her to be a faith leader at his newly formed White House Faith Office. He has established a faith office in the White House. Now, mind you, we have separation of church and state. But as I always say to you, as I always teach you, we really don't have separation of church and state in these United States of America. It's just lip service because it really is the evangelicals who have a big part in who gets elected to be the president. Also, I'll just throw in there, I've said it many times before, go and watch The Family on Netflix. The Family. It's a documentary. Make sure you look for The Family Documentary Netflix, and it will show you how intricately our politics and our religion are connected. Anyway, back to Paula White. So she was his spiritual advisor during his first administration. And so she really prayed and prayed and prayed for God to send him another election, right? So she got up in front of everybody, called on the angels from Africa. And then, she got really taken to task. People like Jamal Bryant, people like Roland Martin, people like me were like, Paula, we remember once upon a time that you got your start in a church in Florida with a black following. Your following was all black women. Remember that, Paula girl? Paula got her come up because black women supported her church in her early ministry, her early conferences, her early books. It was black women who did that for Paula White. And she turned on us to nobody's surprise, right? And so now here we are once again looking at Paula White in the White House as this man's spiritual advisor and leader of his faith committee or faith office, I believe it's called. Mhm. So now we see a marriage between this fascism under this president and Christianity. So when I use the term Christo-fascism, this is what that means. Christo-fascism is a Christianity that is designed to support a fascist authoritarian government. It is a white Christian nationalism that functions in such a way to support itself, to lift up its chosen leaders, to rule over everybody else in an authoritative way. Christo-fascism, it is the Christianity that people like, the Nazis used. Because, of course, they're good Christians. It's the kind of Christianity that the Klansmen use, right? The good Klansmen out there, they swear they're Christian. But their understanding of Christianity is not based upon anything that's actually real. It's based upon their desire for power. It is based upon their desire for white supremacy to reign. You can also go and watch The Handmaid's Tale. Now, you've been hearing people say this for a long time now. We are living in the time of the actual Handmaid's Tale. If you never heard of it, I don't know what to say where you've been. Google it. It is playing on Hulu. It will astound you how much we are actually living in that time. It was originally a book written by Margaret Atwood, and it has been made into a series on Hulu. So I give you two pieces of homework to do. One is to watch The Handmaid's Tale, and the other one is to watch The Family. We are living in a time now of a Christo-fascism that is sweeping across this nation. And we all have to really pay attention to this. We have to pay attention because this is the way that these authoritarian governments really sink their teeth into a nation, right? Because they are sneaky about the ways in which they do it. They call themselves Christians. They call themselves looking out for the welfare of the common person. They call themselves looking out after the welfare of people who've been shut out or neglected, meaning white men. White men have been shut out and neglected. And so the fascists come along and say that we're going to what? Make America great again by doing what? Making America run by white men again. That's what they really mean. I don't think there's really any question about that now. So anyway, Paula White is at it again. She is out here doing all the things that she did before. She is still talking about, a prosperity gospel where you need to pay her, right? You need to give money into her church, and so you will receive a blessing from God. You need to give money to her church, give money to this president, and God will bless you. So again, it is this misrepresentation about what Christianity is, but it is Christianity in the hands of those who are seeking power above all else, and that power must rest in the hands of white men. Now, interestingly, Paula White called on those angels from Africa, right? And we all said, oh, girl, no angels are coming from Africa to help. You know who the angel from Africa turns out to be? I'll just wait 1, 2, 3 seconds. That angel from Africa turns out to be Elon. Some people forget he's African. Elon, South African, coming up out of that apartheid regime. He sure did. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I want you to give that some thought, and I want you to really think about how you need to be preparing your children, right? And I'm always telling you that. I'm always telling you go read a book, go read to your children, help your children understand what's going on in the sense that we've been here before, we've seen this before, and this is our way through, right? Probably your children are being inundated with things at school they don't even understand. They see that everybody is anxious and afraid. So help your children, right? Help them understand what's going on. And as Black people, we're going to be all right. Okay, but The Handmaid's Tale, the family. And then leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, bye for now.